starting.
Ready?
Yep, you are live.
Cool, cool.
We're good.
Sweet, sweet.
Let's get this screen on. We're very live now.
If anybody is wondering why I am dressed all suited and booted here, I'm just coming straight for Charles's wedding, so just thought better boost and get a quick Mopcast in beforehand, and then got to go back and head. Everybody will probably be steaming by the time I get back.
Looking super slick.
So aye, just thought we better keep it going because consistency is a key with anything you do. So thought, well, you know, if we're missing sessions, then everybody else is going to start missing sessions. So we're going to build on this and keep consistent with it. Just like anything else you do in martial arts, whatever else, you just got to keep at it. Anyway. So we'll just probably be a quick session today, but I'm going to go through some of the stuff that's been happening in the sort of Scottish MMA Jiu-Jitsu community, some of the stuff that's been happening just in MMA in general as well. A few subjects to talk about that's happened recently, and we'll just go through it. So start off with kind of last night's UFC. Baz, you watched that?
Yeah, I watched a fair bit of it actually. Some decent fights in it. I enjoyed the Michael Johnson fight, Josh Emmett, Michael Johnson. It was good to watch. What else we got here? I'm just looking through the lineup just now. I quite liked watching Desmond Green actually. He was really good.
It's quite wild, eh?
Aye, he watched him fighting Ross Pearson.
Sad to see Ross Pearson get another loss here in the UFC.
Aye,
fucking really good fighter as well, man. It just shows you the level that's at in the UFC.
Aye, that's it. I mean, how many fights has Pearson had now? He's, if you look at 2016, so he's evening up, isn't he? But you know what, man, he's been fighting a long time, isn't he?
Aye, well, I think he was like a bricklayer and he got in the Ultimate Fighter and managed to win that. I think that was the final against Andre Winner. I'm sure he beat Andre Winner in the final, but they two were it was when they done Team UK versus Team USA, and Team UK kind of smashed everybody, which was cool.
Yeah.
But aye, so that's no good. It's not great to see him losing one of the old school guys, and always goes out there and puts it on the line. Yeah.
Also, man, Jack Hermanson as well. Yeah.
Aye, man. Actually, I've never caught that fight. How did that go?
No, it was really good, man. It was really good. It was a crazy finish, man. Actually, I wish I could, but I need to pull that up.
Aye.
I'll try and pull it up in a wee bit, man. I've got a few lined up here.
Oh, what was the result then?
No, he finished him by a submission. He caught him pretty quick. It was in the first round. I think it was about like a minute in.
And so, who was he fighting again? He was fighting
David Branch.
Oh shit! Aye. David Branch is really high level guy as well.
Aye, I think he's a bit older. David Branch is late 30s.
He was like a double champ in one of the other organisations. I think he was like welterweight and middleweight champ or something like that.
That's right. We look at him. He's 22-6, and yeah, who was he fighting?
Sure, he's like quite a high
WSOF
level judoka or something like that as well. I'm sure he was a high level judoka guy.
Aye.
But that's pretty cool.
The Renzo Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Association. So aye, that's
quality. That's pretty cool, man. So that guy finished him, yeah.
Aye, I finished him, and like I say, it was a guillotine, and it was about a minute in. Yeah. But it was good, man. It was a good fight. It was pretty quick though. It was just like, it can be like that sometimes, I think, you know.
Aye, that's it. You make one mistake and it's game over.
It's all over.
Aye. What else did we have?
On that card,
yeah,
we've got Michelle Watterson and Karolina Kowalkiewicz.
She's hot, man.
Yeah, Watterson. Did you see her open workout thing she was doing? The Rocky stuff. That was pretty cool.
I nearly shared it, but I thought I'll get bothered for that. She's hot, like she's smoking, man. The kicks and shit.
Aye, it was a unanimous decision. Went the distance. And it was cool to watch as well. She was
just a wee bit more versatile, I think.
Yeah, aye. She took her down, and she just, to me, it seems like she just smothered her on the ground, man. She never had a lot of answer.
She's done that to a few people, to be fair.
Yeah,
she's done that to quite a few people.
Yeah, and you had Paul Craig as well.
Aye, man. Fuck, do you see that fight?
Aye, no, I seen it. I'd seen the finish, the choke that he caught him in, man. It
was an interesting fight.
Aye. Yeah.
It was quite a weird one because it was like, even though Paul kept trying to get to the ground, it looked like he was kind of winning the exchanges in the feet a lot of the time. Yeah. I mean, that guy clearly had quite a lot of power and stuff. But a few times he even pulled guard and stuff on, and the guy just had zero interest in going to the ground for him. And then in the last kind of seconds, and it's hard when people are that sweaty and stuff like that to, you know what I mean, in the third round of a fight to lock up a triangle like that, but he fucking locked it up on point, really, really tight, really quick, and it looked like he nearly broke the boy's arm in the first round as well, because that was a bad angle, quite a cool setup actually.
Yeah.
So it was interesting, man.
It was a good watch, man, and it was like I think it was 4 minutes in or something like that. Managed to catch him. So
it was. I'm sure it was last minute again. Like,
shout out to Paul Craig. That was great, man. To get that finish.
That's pretty cool.
The fight I didn't see, and a guy that I was really excited about when I watched him. It was one of the Contender series. Was Sadiq Youssef. He won the fight, but I didn't actually see it. But I'm interested to watch it. I'll probably watch that later. He was fighting Shimon Moraes.
All right.
But Sadiq Youssef is.
I did see that fight, man.
Did you see it? Was it good to watch?
Both the guys were technicians on the feet. They were both really good.
Yeah, I remember seeing him, and I'm sure it was a Contender fight. I saw that Sadiq Youssef, and he's just like, he's a real powerhouse, man, and like, he's just one of those guys.
They both look pretty sharp, like.
Yeah, but I need to watch that later. Just going through a few. Spoke of the Desmond Green one here. Jessica Aguilar and Marina Rodriguez.
Yeah. And then main events were pretty cool, or the main card was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You got the big knockout for Josh Emmett.
Yeah, Emmett.
Looked like he was probably losing the fight.
Yeah, he was. It definitely wasn't the first anyway.
Michael Johnson was kind of picking him apart a bit, and then he was kind of swinging and missing, and then eventually he just landed with that big bomb, and he
overhand right, I think it was.
Because Johnson, I'm sure, is a southpaw, so Emmett was just kind of trying to wing that shot in, but Johnson was keeping sharp and just in and out, using his feints a lot more. Really, really fast hands. He's always had that though, because he gave Khabib some problems when they fought in the first round.
Yeah.
And then, but then he just landed that bomb on him, man, and that was it. He knocked him stiff. It was fucking brutal, to be honest, man.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull this up. Actually, 2 seconds. Get this up. Let's see. Right, let's have a look at this.
Yeah. If you've not seen it, here it comes. I've heard Daniel Cormier actually here got caught on his phone.
Did he?
He never even noticed the knockout because he was like looking down at his phone.
Oh, because we see the replay. That's right.
Oh, this is the Gaethje fight. That's the Gaethje fight you've brought up. No, the Emmett one.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck, I've got the wrong one.
Aye.
Emmett. There you go.
It was the Emmett one. Apparently, he wasn't like really paying attention.
Yeah. Let's pull that up. UFC, ESPN. 2. There we go.
Yeah, quite a similar knockout, to be honest.
Aye. There we go.
Okay.
I got the right one this time. Oh, here we go. This media could not be played.
Right, they've started getting it taken down already. Anyway, if you've not got that, buy Fight Pass and you'll get to see it. There you go. It's a good source of watching fighting. But yeah, caught him with a nice overhand right, sort of overextended an arm and really landed him right in the chin. You seen his full head turn. It was quite a bad knockout, to be honest. But then the Gaethje one was what we're going to talk about next, and I think we just shown that anyway there, where that was Gaethje landing the bomb as well. That was I actually I think Barboza was a favourite for that, but I actually favoured Gaethje for that one. I just thought like his kind of pressure striking was going to be a wee bit too much for him.
Yeah. I'm going to pull this through here.
Is this it?
Yeah, this is the one.
Oh, this is the Johnson one.
There we go.
Okay.
It's near the end of this actually. There we go. It's near here.
It's a brutal knockout, man. Oh. But he'd been going for this a full fight.
Yeah.
Starting to wear on him.
Yeah, he started to pick it up a wee bit later in the fight.
Mixing it up a bit. It's always that kind of awkward game with Southpaw v Orthodox. They're both just trying to land off the power side.
Are we not
sure? Blow there?
I think it was, aye.
That's the other issue as well. You always get with Southpaw Orthodox when the guy's putting the inside low kicks. You always kind of come up the middle and drift up to the boss.
See what he catches.
There's another third round, he knocks him out.
I think it might be actually. Let's see what we've got here.
Yeah, man, we're just going to scratch that. If you want to see that knockout, just check it out. You'll be able to find it pretty much.
Yeah.
But did we see the Gaethje one already? Did everybody see that?
Wait a minute. Look at that.
Gaethje Barboza's pretty cool. Good fight, man. Gaethje must have some crazy power as well, because it looks like he's only just touched him and he's put him out.
Barbecue pulled pork and sriracha.
We add here. Here we go. Hope we're getting some revenue out of that.
Oh, we're getting to see a knockout.
Gaethje's a class fighter. He's vicious, man. He just loves to exchange.
See, this part was great.
That's class. Gaethje's kind of composed there as well, picking his shots.
You look great, man.
Wow.
Whoa. Oh, yeah.
Nice. Gaethje's one of those guys, man.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that you're always going to want to tune in and watch. He's always in exciting fights.
You know what? I've not watched a lot of his fights, man.
He's brilliant, man. He's just absolutely vicious. He always just comes to fight. He's got good wrestling, but he always uses it to keep the fight standing, and he just wants to brawl constantly. Yeah. And he's got vicious leg kicks and real power, man. He's a really cool guy. One of the most exciting fighters in the whole of the UFC, I would say. Yeah. Like, I would never miss one of his fights. He's awesome, man. Really, really cool. He's just tough as fuck, man. As tough as you're ever going to get. And a lot of people are like, you're going to have a short career, and he's like, nah, no, I don't care if I'm going to have a short career. This is how I want to fight. I enjoy fighting this way.
He's saying he's going to do it to the wheels fall off or something.
Pretty much, aye. Aye, that's fair play. But aye, that's pretty cool. So we'll go to a wee bit in the city. Oh yeah, we also had ONE FC as well.
We've got a few from ONE FC to go through. Yeah,
there's a couple of big fights that kind of happen.
Let's have a wee look.
From memory, I'll go over some of the main ones. DJ making his return. Demetrius Johnson, one of the best fighters in the world, if not the best. He made his return and managed to get another finish.
Let's see.
Just about pulled the head off somebody.
I'll pull this up in a sec. There we go. Okay, let's get this up. All of that.
DJ being DJ, pretty much.
Aye. Okay.
We got it.
We got us up. Let's have a wee look here.
Switching stances, he advances his stance as he punches. So as he throws weapons, he's constantly changing. It's incredibly difficult to read, and that's the danger of it. He mixes in the takedown so very well. You do a good job by Yu Wakamatsu to press DJ up against the cage.
Easy for you to say. Uma Wakamate.
I was dodging saying that.
And they've got some talent in one these days. They're building it up. Brandon Vera, I think they've got as well. Got some old good guys.
Yeah, I was hearing they're trying to kind of compete with the way that they pay fighters compared to UFC as well, so they're sort of trying to compete in that way and give fighters better deals.
I think their viewership's huge as well, just with it being Asia and stuff. They've got like serious viewership.
Yeah.
Got real numbers.
Is it Misha Tate's working for them now as
That's
well?
That's right,
that
I'm sure she's working with them. There's Rich Franklin as well.
Aye.
They've got a bunch of good people. Nice. That chain wrestling from DJ, man, that's sick.
It's always amazing to watch Mighty Mouse, man.
He's as technical as you can get. He does pretty much everything perfect. This guy's doing a good job of building back up to his feet consistently. You watch those cage grabs, so he's maybe going to go for that armbar. Remember he hit that armbar off the suplex? It was cool as hell. Moving off to the single, some serious chain lesson. They end up in the bottom, which is rare.
That was well played by Wakamatsu.
Yeah.
So quick, these wee guys, man.
Aye, man. There's some weird talk about maybe the flyweight division coming to an end in the UFC, but I don't know. I think they should keep it. There's lots of good fighters in it. Hopefully it's not true. I never seen it for a reputable source, so you just never know. That's a scrambly fight, man. This guy's giving him a good go.
Shit, talking about smaller guys, man. What about the shit about TJ Dillashaw?
Aye, that's right.
That's crazy, eh?
Caught juicing. Everybody's on steroids. Whoa. What's going on with that commentator? It's the strangest accent I've ever heard. It's like half Australian, half Chinese.
He's just changing his accent, evolving throughout the fight.
This guy's a accent chameleon.
Catering for all nationalities. I want to skip, but I feel like I'm going to miss some.
That's the loudest I've ever heard an Asian crowd before. Yeah, I don't think you're ever going to get cardio issues with DJ, whether he paces himself or not. These flyweights can go for forever.
Can't be too far away.
Yeah.
No, I think we've got another round to come.
Yeah, let's skip a bit, man. Let's get to the.
Let's get. A lot of wrestling in this fight.
Yeah. That's a big part of his game, man. But he looked like he was struggling to get the takedown in the first round. The guy's popping back to his feet really well.
He's doing really well, he's recovering really well. And
seems to be doing a lot of cage grabbing, but fair play.
oh,
he is.
Oh, his fingers are all up in there. Oh, look at that. That's one mighty mouse on his back. I love all that shit though, man. The way they just use weight distribution, and it's just so cool, man. It's the more I watch it, the more I appreciate it, you know.
Aye.
That's it.
And this guy's doing a good job just surviving, because he's been in some real bad spots already. For a while these guys had soccer kicks and stuff in the, I'm sure. I don't know if they still have that rule set, but I thought that'd be amazing to fight.
Is that a different rule set in one?
For a while these guys, I'm sure it was one that had the soccer kicks on the to the head,
yeah,
on the ground. You know, you could just soccer kick them and stomp and stuff. I would love to fight under that.
Just like Johnny Walker tried to do.
Exactly, man. Put Johnny Walker in there, he's going to kick the fuck out of everybody.
Just kicking heads off.
Man, I would have loved to have tried that. Like, I think the less rules the better. But
I wonder how all that evolved.
Oh, but there's a few stories about some of the silly rules, but there we go. That's game, man. That is a tight guillotine.
That's it.
Real bad. Yeah, but pulled his head off, man. This guy's
light as a feather,
serious.
just flying about there like a wee fucking insect. Amazing.
Pretty class, to be fair.
Yeah, that's cool.
There we go.
What else were we going to cover? You were talking about you were at Stevie Ray's gym opening as well, eh? I don't know if you're going to go chat about that.
What's that? Aye, definitely. Stevie I was there on Saturday. It was pretty cool.
Aye. Is it a big place? I mean, I saw a few pictures and stuff, but what is it? Is it well kitted out? Is it? How'd you like?
I mean, that was amazing, man. Like, that's I actually said to him when I got there. I was like, fucking hell! Like, you must be so proud of yourself. Like, imagine when you first started MMA, like when Stevie started.
Yeah.
I can't imagine he would ever thought he'd have a big, massive place in his hometown, big cage and massive mat area, and place is absolutely brilliant. But I think because he's still like, see when people are just in the zone, that they maybe don't take a step back to think, fucking hell, I've done all this. But I think one day he's going to step back and say, fucking hell, like, look what I've done, man. I've managed to do
myself. He's just keeping going.
For nothing, do you know what I mean? He's for nothing, and he's got that, created that big. He's got all his students there. They're all wearing the matching rash guards and that. Like, that's an amazing accomplishment just to have all that. And the place was absolutely packed. You know what I mean? Absolutely packed.
I know. I saw that picture. I was like, fucking hell, man, what a turnout, eh?
Tremendous facility in that as well, and just going from strength to strength. I love to see that, man. It's really cool to see him doing all that.
He's achieved a lot. You know, and he's put Scotland on the map in a way. I mean, there's a good few, you know, like in terms of the big promotions companies and stuff, there's a few guys in there. I mean, you've got like Paul Craig and that, and you've had Robert Whiteford before that have been, but I mean,
for sure, man. And Stevie's always had a big following. Like, I can remember in the old shows and stuff like that, he used to bring like 100 people and they'd all be shouting, Stevie fucking Ray, and he'd always bring like the mad crowds to, you know, to all the different fights and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. Like, it was pretty cool. But it was nice to go along, got a wee rolling with him and stuff, and just checked out his place, and the place was looking awesome. Bumped into a few friends over there as well, so it was a good wee day out, man. Enjoyed it. But so props to him. Check out if you're in the area, in the Fife area, definitely check out Braveheart MMA. You know, you've got one of the best UFC fighters, the best fighters to ever come out of Scotland, running the place and coaching there regularly, so yeah, definitely give that a check out, guys.
Sweet.
There's a couple other things I was going to catch about. I had an open mat myself today. It was pretty busy. It was for one of the wee guys we spoke about last week that trained with me, unfortunately passed away just a week ago on Thursday, a guy called John McCartney, Jai. So I shout out for him, and thanks to everybody that made it to the open mat. We've managed to raise some funds and stuff, and just to go towards like funeral costs and everything, and really just to make, you know, a wee bit easier for his family and stuff like that. But you know, great turnout, and everybody's been dead supportive, and that's been amazing to see as well. So
that's great. No, and I saw that, and I saw that, like the thing on Facebook, and a lot of people really making nice comments and doing their bit. He
was a great wee guy, man. He was a really, really good wee guy. Like I say, he was a bit wild like myself when I started, and but he had a lot of potential. He loved to fight. You know, he genuinely loved to fight. A lot of people fake that, but you know, he wasn't nervous before fights. He enjoyed it and he wanted to do it. So you know, stuff like that. It's sad when you see somebody's life get cut short like that, and especially when they've got so much potential. And
you can see their potential, but they can't in a way. You know what I mean, or something like that.
That's what I find really sad. See, a big part when you're coaching is like you can see what somebody can do with their tools, but sometimes they can't always see it. So it's up to you to kind of believe in them until they believe in themselves properly, and you can kind of see where they can go. And he maybe never seen that for himself, which is annoying, but you know, he definitely partly did, because you know, we spoke about it, and
I suppose it's a journey for anyone to come for that, and you got to, you know, people that have managed to get through it, and it's sad when people like that don't manage to get through. But
you can give people, a bit of direction, a bit of stuff, but ultimately we've got to try and get them there, and they've got to get them themselves as well. So it's a sad one, and he'll be greatly missed at the club. All the boys are going to miss him a lot. He was a really lively character and brought a lot of laugh and joy to the club, and He's a good training partner for all the guys as well.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff jiu-jitsu scene. So jiu-jitsu, I put up a post like yesterday talking about fucking just about training in general, just because I see there's been a lot of chat in jiu-jitsu lately about guys saying this guy's the best guy and that guy's the best guy, and my name got mentioned a couple of posts and things like that as well, and I just thought, like, for me personally, I don't care what people think of me or where people put me or anything like that. Like, ultimately, there's guys out there that will beat me in the gym, and there's guys out there that, you know, it's very neck and neck. Like, if I roll with them, it's 50-50, and it's only training in the gym. So the fact I'm doing well in competition and that, it's nice that people want to say nice things, but ultimately, like, I wouldn't be winning anything if it wasn't for my teammates, and that's the main thing, you know. If it wasn't for my coaches, wasn't for my teammates, wasn't for all the guys that I got to train with over the years, even the guys across in America I get to train with, all the people that, because I've always been quite open and train in different places and stuff like that, every single person I've ever rolled with, they've helped me to get to where I'm at. And as far as I'm concerned, like, it's all big fish in small pond mentality anyway. Like, who really gives a fuck who's best in Scotland or whatever? Like, you should be like, I would like to see everybody in Scotland work together more and kind of look at the bigger stages and try and win these bigger competitions and stuff like that, because ultimately quite a small community, and I know it gets a bit of rivalry going and everybody likes it, but bottom line is everybody's going to just say their guy's the best guy. That's how it works. You know, most people are going to say, he's good, but our guy's the best guy. That's what everybody wants to say. And it's quite cool. The best thing about this SGI, I think one of my questions is based on that, but the best thing about this SGI is, you know, you're getting all the best guys at each weight, kind of going against each other, at least for no-gi. But I put up that post today, and I'd mentioned the guy Danny Gray's name, who doesn't compete very often, but pretty much consistently since I've started jiu-jitsu in particular.
Is there a lot of guys like that just train but don't compete?
Yeah, a lot of guys just don't like to compete, don't have the time for it, they've got a family, whatever, you know. They just, whatever, they don't like it, or they're too busy. Most guys have got full-time jobs, so like, and it's not for everybody. A lot of people don't need all the glory, like, holding up belts and shit like that, and I respect that even more, because it's like, you're just being good for the sake of being good. It's brilliant.
I like that mentality with anything, with any type of art, you know. I like that. You just want to get better at what you do, and that's it. Yeah, you know, and you're not doing it to
for praise.
The rewards are within yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, as opposed to getting gold belts, medals and shit. You know what I mean?
Because the medals and that, they're all cool and stuff, but really, like, it doesn't make a difference. The main thing is that, you know, when you walk on a mat and you roll with somebody, and they already know all the stuff that you've done anyway and how hard you've tried by your ability. Like, that's the cool thing about jiu-jitsu. Do
you find that these guys that don't compete roll harder or anything like that because they want to prove something whilst they're rolling and training?
No.
Or no? So no, it's not like that at all. It's not like they feel like they're competing and training.
Everybody's different. Everybody's different with how hard they roll and stuff, and a lot of people get offended by me over the years because I always tend to roll hard. I mean, I wouldn't roll hard with like white belts and like girls and things like that, or people that are substantially not
smaller,
as good. Smaller or not as good as me, but you know, if it's competitive, you're a blue belt and you're a decent blue belt, I'm going to roll hard with you and everything upwards. But I do that with everybody. I'll roll hard if I'm with a black belt, I'll roll hard if I'm with a brown. So it's not like I would never I'm doing it to more guys that are meant to be at a higher level than me than I would be doing it to guys that are, you know, of less of a level. But it's just, I think it's just the mentality I was trained with, and some people get offended by it, but it's not meant anything bad. I'll still be nice to people. If I can give them any pointers after the roll, I'll give them any pointers and try and help them get better, and that's usually just how it works. But
I always find that interesting though, about like rolling hard and pulling it back a bit, and how do you do that? You know, how do you control that dynamic, because ultimately it is a competitive sport, and
it is, but when you get to a certain level of jiu-jitsu, you can kind of dictate what's happening anyway, you know. You give people positions, and like, you know, most people you can kind of you can control what happens, you know. When you're quite a bit better than people, you can kind of control what's happening. But I'll usually, unless I know the person, if I don't know the person, I'll just ask them how long they've trained. You know?
So is that a general thing? Like, if you've got two guys quite evenly matched, they all roll hard, and they want to.
Usually they'll roll hard. You have two guys quite evenly matched. Usually they'll roll pretty hard with each other. Yeah, I would say so. But yeah, anyway, so a bit of stuff broke out in that post, because I think Dan Clark had commented saying like he'd heard a lot of good stuff about Danny, and that he would have competed against him if Danny was up for the match. But the whole point of the post was that Danny doesn't really like to compete. So Danny was like, why are you kind of calling me out? I'm not really interested in competing, to be honest. So there was a bit of back and forth on that.
What do you think? Maybe taking the wrong way. He was just kind of saying it would be cool to fight him.
I think it's probably just got,
cool
the whole thing got probably blown out of proportion, to be honest. But it was just a bit of back and forth. But it was definitely, not the purpose of the post in the first place to end up with all that. Because it ended up with people saying, "I'll fight this or fight that," and but Darren's got a match actually, Stevie Ray, quite soon. He's going against Stevie Ray.
Oh, is that the
combat?
I'm sure I saw that. Yeah, that's right. So it's a submission only or something like that. Is that right?
Submission only. No gi. I think it's under 80 or something like that. Maybe. Yeah. So I don't know if they agreed on a weight or whatever.
Is that under Dunfermline or something like that?
It's on the show. So that'll be pretty cool, and it'll be an interesting one because Dan Hinks competed against Derek since he got his black belt, but I've not seen him compete for a wee bit, so it'll be cool to see him competing for sure. And it's like that with a lot of guys. You never, like when you've not seen a guy compete for a few years, sometimes people come on leaps and bounds. And you've never really seen their improvements and stuff like that. So that's why I kind of get a bit annoyed when you hear about guys saying like, "Oh, I tapped this guy," or like I could have tapped a guy out a year ago and I roll with him a year later and it's a completely different role.
I tapped this guy out based on his skills a year ago.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because
like my last impression of him.
So just because you tap a guy out a year ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago, you can't really use that to say, "Oh, I'll always beat that guy," because that guy might have went away and been like fucking raging, that they got tapped, and being like, "Right, I'm going to work really, really hard at this," and totally changed their game, and they might have closed that gap or even overtook you in that time scale. So
I suppose it's the same kind of thing. It's not liking somebody because they were a dick to you at school or something like that.
You know
exactly. What I mean? It's like, well, maybe that guy's changed.
That's it.
That kind of mentality.
It's
a mentality that's worth checking yourself for, is to like have
I think so, for
fresh sort of opinion of someone when you see them every time, and that's skills or personality or whatever.
I just always think assume the worst. Like assume. So if I
assume this guy's fucking dangerous.
I just exactly assume that this guy has went away the last time you tapped him and been training like an absolute maniac, because then you're going to be more prepared for him. So there was a lot of chat on that. It's like about Dan Clark, Danny Gray. I'm going to go through my questions here because I put up a wee post before the podcast started, just asking some questions. So we've got Jimmy McCallum. He's asked, "What's happening, Jimmy?" He's asked about Holloway or Poirier. That's a hard one. I think I'm going to go with Holloway for that, just because he seems to be like the boogeyman. He's pretty awesome.
He's on fire though, eh?
Seems to have a different understanding of range and timing than most people. Gastelum and Adesanya. I don't know for that, and I think I'm going to go with a weird one for that, and just I think Gastelum derails the hype train there. Adesanya.
Shut him down.
I think that'll be interesting. What else we got?
I didn't think he looked remarkable against Silva, Adesanya. Like I thought it was a good fight in that to watch, but I didn't think he looked remarkable. You know what I mean?
What we got here? Who you got at Art of Combat? Sorry, that's sorry, I've just totally skipped past that. But Adesanya, I think looks really good. He's a good striker.
Yeah.
He's I think he's got quite a versatile game. His takedown defence is obviously on point. Seems to be good at getting back to his feet. I don't know. I just think Gastelum's one of the guys that turns up when he's up against it. So it'll be interesting to see.
Happens all the time, man. Eh?
Yeah. What else we got here? So James Lake. Who do you think? Oh no, sorry, we already covered that. We've got Dan Clark or Stevie Ray, and why? That should be a cool match. I think we've been a no-key contest. It just depends. I don't even know what the rules of the contest, if it's a 10-minute match and stuff like that. Honestly, I'm just interested to see. I get annoyed sometimes when people say, "Oh, this guy can beat this guy," or "that guy will beat that guy," because you just really don't know. Like, they wouldn't be having a match if it wasn't close,
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see that. And it's the same way. A lot of the guys that people have been mentioning names, like Sean Lafferty done a post recently where, could this guy beat that guy? And I think like my name got mentioned as well, where like Marcos, and like I probably respect Marcos more than most.
Who's Marcos? Is it?
Marcos Nardini's a black belt, and he's one of the. He's probably the. Yeah, he's probably one of two best competitive black belts in Scotland anyway. But he's like he's been beating the best guys in Europe and the world since I was like a blue belt, So he's has
he done the worlds and stuff? Has he been out? Does he go out and do that?
He's done like all the big competitions. He won the ADCC there, stuff like that. So or the trials, he won that for the Masters division. He's won some really big stuff, and I only recently went through his gym to train with him. So it annoys me when people start all that, like, "Oh, do you want a match with this guy, blah blah blah," because I actually really liked getting training. I got a couple of rounds in with him, and it was really helpful for me to try and get better as well.
Yeah.
So it's just like I say, I'm one of these guys that likes to train with everybody. Like with jiu-jitsu, I've got no. I'll not say no to anybody in a match. Like in no gi jiu-jitsu, I'll have a match with anybody, because the worst that happens, you get tapped out. So I personally don't care about anything like that. But as far as that post goes, that's like not my idea, and a guy that I respect a lot, you know.
I suppose they can bring in into the table for you to learn from, like somebody might try something random that you can try and defend, or you know, or switch round to a finish for yourself or whatever, or a submission for yourself.
One of the cool things that happened to me was I went down to Newcastle for a sub-only match with a guy, Jordan Cooper, and he tapped me with an entry that I hadn't seen, a heel hook before, and then, you know, fast forward a wee bit while later, I won Naga with that same entry. So you know, at this stage I'm at, I'm probably not going to get beat. I'm probably not going to get tapped out unless it's something that I've not really seen before, or you know, it's going to be something I'm probably going to learn if I get tapped out. So
so experience, I suppose.
So I don't mind whatsoever. But there was a lot of people talking about different matchups and stuff like that. But that's it. You can never say this guy will win or that guy will win, and ultimately everybody for each person's school is always going to say, yeah, like that guy will win. There was a few in there that were a bit off weight wise and stuff. I think like somebody was talking about Dan Clark and Lovey. Lovey's a black belt for the Grip House, who's like probably substantially heavier than Dan, so that match was a wee bit weird, I thought. But I guess it's just because they're both black belts. But in no-gi, like, you don't really have to pay as much attention to belt colour. I don't think. I think other guys can just go against different guys, you know. A few other questions we've got here. So, does pineapple really go on pizza? Mason Scobie.
No chance.
I used to love ham and pineapple pizza, so I would eat that. There's Aidan Stephen with how's Callum's arm healing up. It's getting there, I think. He's probably sparring way before he should, and training too hard for how he should have done the half marathon the day, without any practice or anything, just on a whim decided to join in the half marathon the day.
It's just
mad bastard. I got a phone call at like fucking 11 o'clock, and it's just like, Mop, are you not going to get me a glass of water? I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm sleeping. And he's like, come out for a glass of water. I says, fucking come in, my door's open, I'm not coming out. And I didn't realise he was doing the half marathon, but I just woke up, I was really sleepy, so sorry I never got you that glass of water, man.
They just chucked the gutties on, off he went.
But well done for doing it, man. That's quality.
That's brilliant.
That's one way to beat your hangover.
I seen Patterson, Adam Patterson had a video of him up though walking at one point at the roundabout. Like,
probably just filming around, winding him up.
Just trying to wind him up.
That's why
guy was just trying to take a rest. He just run a half marathon.
I know. That's why that guy's my best pal, man. He's just fucking always feeling mad shit. You know what I mean? He just does random shit all the time. The two of us are too random. We kind of lead each other astray a lot of the time. And it just I mean, one time I remember we were like on a night out and we just started talking about where could we get karaoke. It was like a fucking Monday or something like that. And I thought, where could we get karaoke? We googled it, we couldn't find any. And I said, I know where's good for karaoke. Blackpool. He said, Blackpool. I think we'd both like split up for our girlfriends at the time. Blackpool, fuck it, let's go to Blackpool. So we started driving down to Blackpool for a fucking karaoke, and we got it filmed and all that. It was some crack, actually. It was brilliant. But we ended up on a night in Blackpool doing karaoke. So
shit, we'll need to get that video up on YouTube, man. Is that up there?
It's no, man. We paid. They said they were going to fucking give us it on a disc, so we paid for it. They gave us this disc. Got home, put the disc in the DVD player.
Try to give me that disc.
Oh, it was raging.
You gave me the disc. I put it in. It was like
nothing. There was fuck all on it. We got fucking
black disc.
So if I could remember the name of the place in Blackpool, I'd badmouth them, man. Motherfuckers. It was our best performance yet as well. It would have probably been the one that got us signed to a big deal, but unfortunately that disc's no longer there. But Aidan's also asking when Stevie making his EFC debut. I think we're pushing for it, but I don't think anything's signed or anything like that yet. But which is quite shit. He keeps getting injuries, which isn't helping matters. But he's hopefully get signed soon. There's definitely been talk back and forth, so hopefully it actually happens.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Here's Jamie Struthers with some Rangers Celtic chat. I'll probably steer away for that because it was a bit of a sore one for the Teddy Bears today with Celtic getting a last minute goal. But I'm not too big on football.
That Morelos likes a red card though.
Fuck, I don't even know who the players are, man. Honestly, when you mention football players, I'm just like, who? It could be anybody.
I'm kind of similar, to be honest, but
no idea.
I see that guy's name next to a red card so many times.
I just shut off, man. I sometimes like to wind folk up because I don't care about it, but I just shut off when folks start the football chat because I don't even understand it or anything. I don't even understand the sport at all. I just see a lot of guys fucking falling down too easy. That's it. And the
There's
way
a lot of drama involved.
a lot of drama. The way that I fucking think about things as well is like some guy fucking kicks me when I'm not looking. I should be able to beat the shit out of them. And that's just the way I've always felt about it. So I just stay away from football, because if somebody's going to kick me with my fucking legs away and try and like swipe my knee when I'm not looking, I want to at least be able to beat the shit out of them legally.
There's a market there for jiu-jitsu football, like something
there.
there.
We play it as a warm-up sometimes. That'd be pretty cool. That's this. Would you rather have legs as long as your fingers, or fingers as long as your legs? From Kel Savage. I'm going to say neither. I'd stay away from that. If you could fight anybody in the UFC or Bellator, who would it be? Probably like somebody that I'm going to beat, like CM Punk or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I'd fancy like beating CM Punk, like I don't know, like somebody like that.
Brock Lesnar.
Definitely not Brock Lesnar. I don't know, maybe Alex Caceres or something like that. I'd still be fighting if I thought I'd beat other guys in the UFC. Do you know what I mean? That's a big part in not fighting. See, when you ask yourself, do you want to fight fucking Darren Elkins or fucking Justin Gaethje, and the answer is no, then you know that it's time to give up the sport, because really I just don't. These guys are actually willing to die in there, and right, to be honest, right now I'm not willing to die in there. So when I see that, I'm like, nah, that's not for me anymore. I'll have a few fights at regional level probably, and then I'll be done, but just for a bit of fun. I enjoy fighting, but these guys, it's their absolute life. I've got a full-time job, I can't be getting fucked up that badly, and literally if you care a wee bit about your health, then it's probably a difficult sport today, man. So I just do a bit of jiu-jitsu these days for a bit of fun, couple of fights. I'll probably have still at some point. I was hoping to get a couple this year at some point, but it's a wee bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be, but we'll get some stuff sorted. I'd like to get a couple of trips away somewhere, maybe like fight in Ireland or one of these shows. I messaged somebody the other day actually, and they never got back to me. I seen they were looking for a 70 kilo guy.
They never come back to you?
They never got back to me, man. It was it's for the show in Ireland. I seen they mentioned something about it. I messaged the guy saying, who's the lightweight you're looking for, and they just didn't reply, so that's a bit annoying. It's a bit shit. They just didn't reply, so that's
worse than a negative reply. There's no reply. Are we going through more questions, or
I don't know, something else just got let's make it happen, dude. On top, that was Dan Clark just commenting on James Lake's grappling match. So he's want to make a grappling match on top with, I don't know, I'm talking about make it. I think Danny, it's is it Dan Clark?
Does that happen a lot? The local promotions is grappling matches. The ones I've been to, I've not seen any grappling matches. Is this going to be a new thing?
They've just started doing it quite recently, man. They've just seemed to have started doing it recently. Grappling seems to be getting really big in Scotland now, man. People are loving it and getting right behind it. The last few shows at those SGI shows are brilliant. The last few times we've done those SGI shows, like, been great audiences. They've been pretty much packed out, man. They're really busy. I've had some nice conversations with people after it.
I'd enjoy going to watch one of those, like, to be honest. I mean,
they're pretty cool. People are getting into the sport for sure. Martial
arts in general is kind of booming into it in the country.
Yeah, I'm going to find the rest of these posts here that I've got. Right, what else we got? When will I be a guest in the Mopcast for Kieran Malone? I'd love to get Kieran Malone on the Mopcast, actually, because Kieran does not hold back. So he'll be fucking.
That's what we need right here.
That'd be quite cool. Kieran will live it up a wee bit as well.
Cool.
The Big Russian. We need to get the Big Russian on. Shout out to him. What else we got? That kick in the Thai fight. So I had a Thai fight. So just to fess up as well, it looks really good in that Thai fight that I posted the other day for 6 years ago. I knocked the guy out in about 2 seconds, but it was the second round, so there's a disclaimer, because I'd love to say it was the first round, I just knocked the guy out straight away. But for me it felt better knocking him out in the second round, because the first round, it meant that actually it wasn't just a fluke. The first round I threw nothing but knees to his body and kicks to his body, and attacked his body for the entire first round, and intentionally didn't throw a head kick, because I know I've got a knockout head kick, so I kind of saved my ace card for when if you show it too early, the guy's going to be prepared for it. So I just attacked the body and let his hands drop gradually to protect his body, and then at the very start of the second round I've looked at his body as if I'm going to attack his body with another body kick, threw it high because his hands had dropped, and took his head off with it, and that was that. So yeah, it was actually a nice game plan. Kevin Macklin asking best grappler at each belt in Scotland. It's probably going to take way too long to. I think there's a few people at each one, and then you can separate the gi and no gi. Like, I don't think I'm up there in the gi, that's for sure. I think no gi, I'm probably up there for my belt for sure. If we're going like, I think the SGI is quite a true depiction of the no gi stuff now. So it'll be cool once, you know, all the belt levels are up there. That'll be, once they've got all their sort of belt holders and stuff like that, that'll be interesting. For me personally, 80 is as high as I should be going. I can compete, you know, anything lower than that. 75 is like my preferred weight, where like all I have to do is just keep a reasonable diet. So I think they're doing that tournament soon as well, so be interested in that at least. And yeah, I'll just keep at them. I quite enjoy those shows, so
yeah,
that'll be fun. Aye, that pretty much wraps up the question time anyway. There was other stuff as well, the McGregor controversy that's been happening now, so he's talking about retiring again.
Yeah, I saw that, and I wasn't sure whether it was bullshit or just hype. I don't know, like
I think it's
hype fishing, or
I think it's total bullshit, because he posted about blah blah blah, I'm retired, right? And then there's a process you need to go through now because of the USADA stuff. So if you're actually retired, you need to like officially resign, blah blah blah, and actually like put it in writing and stuff. And then he mentioned the other day in a post about being the most tested athlete.
Yeah,
he wouldn't really still be getting tested if he was completely done.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the situation is. I think he's just trying to get more money or trying to get the fights he wants. I think he's just acting like a bit of a brat, to be honest.
Yeah. It seems like there's politics in the background there, to me.
Dana I think's trying to like counter his argument with thing he posted, and
it's like calling his bluff, I think, eh? You know what I mean? It's like he's bluffing to retire, you know, as a sort of political thing to try and like leverage some sort of deal with Dana. And Dana's kind of like just saying, well, if you're retired, you're retired, sort of thing, you know. Like I think he's calling his bluff a wee bit. McGregor's trying to sort of say, I'm going to retire, and hoping Dana's going to flap, you know what I mean? But Dana's not going to rise to that, I think. But I don't know, it's hard to know. I think there's a lot of stuff going on with McGregor. You know, you see all these rumours of some fucking allegation against him. You know, I don't want to say what it is, but it's you know,
that's
shit,
right. Aye, there was
because I don't like saying shit unless it's proven against somebody.
Yeah,
but
I think I mean, if you're just going on personal opinion, I've got to think that's going to be bullshit. You know, it happened. You
see all this stuff about him because he's such a massive name. I mean,
it happens to a lot of people, man. It happens to a lot of people when they've got money, and it's just a big party. Unfortunately, what happens when people have got a lot to lose, people start making all these allegations and stuff like that, and that stuff's been floating about for a while, and I think they're just like tying it in because his name's getting popular. Not that it's ever not popular, but because when his name's in with the retirement stuff, they're just throwing in that to make it look like the two are related. And it's just bad media. See, MMA media, it's the worst fucking shit ever. Like, it's just clickbait left, right and centre. Like, I will not fucking believe a single thing unless it's for a reputable source. If you're reading any MMA media, just stick to like MMA fighting. If it's no MMA fighting, it's probably bullshit. That's the way I look at it.
It's interesting hearing some of the theories they come up with though, because
it's just all this shit, man. Honestly, the MMA media is brutal. I don't know how they still pop up constantly because people share them. Like, stop sharing that shit. See, unless it's for a real reputable source, don't share it. You're just making people dumber. It's and spreading fake shit.
I'm trying to remember what the one was we were saying. It was really funny about McGregor.
Fucking probably the Illuminati or some shit. Crazy, man. It's crazy. They just seem to be constantly sharing all that stuff. It's just ridiculous. But aye, the McGregor stuff, I don't know, and I'm not going to believe it unless like the guy's been found guilty in court. You know, I'm not going to believe that stuff. I mean, I definitely believe the stuff about him having like another kid and things like that, with that girl and stuff. I think that's true.
Do you think that's happening then?
Aye, that's true. Yeah, aye, that's true. I mean, like, I'm 95% that's true. I've heard that for a lot of people.
For the taxi driver
that know what, taxi driver in Ireland, but I've heard that for a lot of people that know what they're talking about. But the thing is with that, like, I think people are too harsh on folks sometimes. I mean, the guys went for having nothing to, like,
what is it, 6 years or something? Is that what they're kind of saying? I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but what they're saying is that like 6 years, and he was a plumber 6 years ago. Is that kind of what they're saying? Like
that, pretty much. But
I don't know if that's 100% true, but it's probably not far off, eh? It's an amazing achievement.
It's quite
to achieve what he has.
It's ridiculous to think that somebody should just be normal and like And it's the best it is, the kind of folk that slate him is people that if they even had half a sniff at doing it, they would do it themselves. Like the guy went and cheated on his girlfriend, whatever he's went and done, or his wife or whatever. But like you can't put you're not in that guy's shoes. Like he's went from being nobody to everybody in the world want to be his pal, and every woman, probably 99% of women that are like good looking want to go with him. So he's in a position where, you know, not a lot of people can kind of put themselves. So to judge somebody when you're not in their shoes is just, they don't really know, you know, what situation he's in, and they might do the same or worse themselves.
If they were put
don't
in
get
that
me
situation.
wrong, you know, you can say I don't like that, which is fine. Like I don't like that he seems to be jumping about taking loads of Charlie and shit now and stuff like that. But I mean that happens, and
It's drinking a lot of proper 12.
proper 12, that kind of thing. But you know, it's just one of the things. It's you know, people do what they're going to do, and they're on their own path in life. They learn their own lessons, and you can't judge too many people for stuff that they do unless it's like horrific. Do you know what I mean? There's certain stuff that you're just like unforgivable, but there's stuff where you can say, well, look, the guy's made a mistake. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
People make mistakes. Everybody's human, you know. But on that note, I'm probably, I think we're going to wrap it at 1:30.
Aye.
But just to add to Kev's last question here, he was talking about like the best grapplers in Scotland. I think there's loads of guys as well. Like, in fact, Kev's a good example of this as well, because he trains with Martin Donaldson, and I think Martin's up there as one of the best grapplers in Scotland, and he's another guy that doesn't really compete as much anymore, but is like always been pretty much known as one of the best grapplers out there. And I think there's loads of guys like that people don't really know about, or that just don't tend to compete as much. But you go into gyms and you'll sometimes find these guys that are, you know, just absolute killers, and they're maybe not in the competing or in the scene as much as other people. They're just quite happy to do their own thing. So that's all I'd really say. There's other guys that do MMA, you know, they prefer to do MMA, and that's the path that they're on. So like Stevie Ray's going to beat majority of people out there, and there's other guys that are good MMA grapplers and stuff that could probably do really well at all these other belt levels and weight levels, but they're just busy with what they're doing.
That thing's MMA, yeah. I can see that.
But there was some cool matchups mentioned anyway, and the team event will be interesting to see what happens with that. That's going to be like some real tough competition. Unfortunately, I'm not in it. I'm doing a show that day. I'm training guys for this white collar MMA, so they go through 8 weeks training, and unfortunately the show is on the 18th of May when they compete, so that's the same night as this team event. I was looking forward to being on that. But I've got a few things upcoming. I've got Naga upcoming, so we're going to head down for that in a few weeks, and I've got my friends Jeremy Fields and his friend Ben Eddy is coming over, so a couple of 10th Planet Black Belts coming over in the next few weeks, and we're going to get them on the podcast actually, or try and get them on the podcast when they're over. Jeremy's been, you know, one of the old school 10th Planet guys, been there since the start, so he's going to have some pretty cool stories. I'm kind of...
It'll be interesting, if he comes in.
Well, he said he actually messaged me saying he wants to do the podcast, so...
That's great.
Man, he's going to get on pretty much, I think, as soon as he gets here. So that'll be like a wee Wednesday night job, I think. We're going to hit that up on a Wednesday night, and just when he's here. But
what did you say? Was it 17th or something like that? Is that right? I think?
Yeah, 17th, I'm sure. So Wednesday, 17th of April, I think we're going to have Jeremy Fields on, and because he's over to see us for a bit, and then he's going to the 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu Amsterdam camp. They've got some lineup on that. They've got like Gio, the Martinez brothers. They've got a bunch of other good guys on that show as well. I think Eddie's coming over as well for it, so that should be pretty interesting as well. They've got that Amsterdam Jiu-Jitsu camp they do every year.
What, Bravo?
Eddie Bravo's
over
for that. Aye, to Amsterdam. Aye, man. So it'll be some serious skunk getting smoked with those boys. But that'd be really cool. Jeremy's an awesome guy, man. I've known him for years, and just one of the guys that's always on the mat, just getting that 1% better, and just, you know, fucking rolling every day, rolling through his injuries, rolling, never at the gym. That's him day and night, jiu-jitsu 24/7, and those guys really looked after me every time I've been in California. So good friends of mine, and I'm looking forward to having them over and hopefully show them a wee bit of hospitality and be able to take them out and do some cool Scottish stuff, because whenever they're over, it's always just quick in and out. They're not really getting a chance to see the country as much, and we've got getting a wee bit of weather now, so it'd be nice to show those boys some of our nice outdoors.
Aye, man, it's beautiful here when it's nice, man, when the weather's good. It was really nice today. We were out for a walk and shit, man. It reminds you, you know, what's on your doorstep. Sometimes you don't appreciate it, you know what I mean?
I feel like if I'm ever getting stressed or anything, I like to go a wee run up the glen, up the hills, whatever. You can kind of, it clears your head a bit. It's nice, man, being out in the hills, out in nature. It's class. We've got the dam up there as well, just 5 minutes away. Class.
Oh, Gatland Dam.
Can't beat it. But aye, it's a late one tonight anyway, for the old Mopcast, and but I wanted to keep consistent with it so that we're not missing weeks and stuff like that, Alicia, and you can rely on us, and you're going to be here to watch it if you enjoy it. So hopefully that's all good. We'll have some guests lined up for next week. I just spoke to a few people, so we've got quite a few exciting guests coming up, so we'll catch up with you next Sunday.
Sweet.
Boom. Take care. Bye.
Bye.